Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Siddhant Chandra. I am a class of 2016 alumnus of NIT Trichy and a current member of the DNI committee for JSPF. Welcome to the first step event of JSPF. Welcome to JSPF applications and kudos for your decision to apply to JSPF. Well, today I'll be sharing with you our official policy for the code of conduct for communications in the official JSPF WhatsApp groups. I'll be going through a presentation where I'll go over all the policy points, the rationale behind the policy. Um, the entire policy document will be made available to you soon, so you can read through it. Um, so yeah, let's begin with the presentation. So as I said, we are here to talk about the code of conduct for communication on the official GSPF WhatsApp groups. We'll start with the objectives uh, behind forming these JSPF WhatsApp groups. The first objective is to engage the applicants throughout the year to improve the number of applications and the experience for each applicant. The second objective is to disseminate any information about JSPF and related activities through the groups, and also to break the ice and facilitate effective interpersonal interactions among applicants and between applicants and the previous year's finalists. How would these WhatsApp groups work? So, depending on the number of signups in the interest form and the number of interest finalists, the groups will be divided. For example, if there are 224 signups and there are 22 interested finalists, then there'll be 10 different groups with a minimum of 10 applicants each. Posters and other event updates shared by JSPF organizers with the finalists will be forwarded by them to their respective applicant groups. And the finalists will also encourage conversations about the application and redirect questions as necessary. So, why do we need an official policy for code of conduct for communication in these WhatsApp groups? Well, harassment in online communities is common and is unfortunate. Hence, we have an official policy to improve this by making it clear that harassment of anyone for any reason is not acceptable within the GSPF community, and that includes the official GSPF WhatsApp groups. This policy aims to clearly define the behavioral expectations from all members of the official GSPF WhatsApp groups. This policy also aims to reinforce our DNI commitments to each one of you and reassure each one of you of our inclusiveness. So now we'll go through the policy points one by one. The first policy point says that the linguistic medium in which all forms of communication through the official GSPF WhatsApp group should happen is English only. Well, this is meant so that none of the participants feel excluded from any communication that might be happening in a language that is not known to them. And hence, we have kept the common linguistic medium, English, as the only medium that is allowed for communication on the groups. The second policy point says about all that you cannot talk about in the official JSPF WhatsApp groups. So there are different things that you cannot talk about. Well, if there's any work related to any club or team functioning on the NIT campus, you're not allowed to talk about that on the official JSPF WhatsApp groups. Any other kind of promotional advertising material is not allowed to be shared on these WhatsApp groups. Any personal communication between two applicants or two finalists is not allowed. If you feel the need to reply to a particular comment in private, um, to that to the group member, be it a fellow applicant or a finalist or a fellow finalist. In those cases, you might find that the reply privately feature in the WhatsApp groups very handy. And the last point being that any other academic or department related topic that is not related to JSPF in any way is not allowed for communicating on in the official JSPF WhatsApp groups. Policy point number 3 says that you are expected to be respectful to one another and participate while acknowledging that everyone, each one of you, deserves to be here. Policy point number 4 says that no form of communication used in the WhatsApp group should demean others. I repeat, no form of communication used in the WhatsApp group should demean others. Be especially mindful of your jokes. Also, please apply a simple test as follows whenever in doubt. But before you say something, consider what you're saying and how you would have felt if it were said to you or about you. In most of the cases, you will have your answer. Policy point number 5 is something is a tactic, is a technique that we have borrowed from theater improv, from improv theater. Well, practice saying yes and to each other wherever the situation demands for it. It is a theater improv technique, as I said, to build on each other's ideas. You all can benefit from each other's ideas and inputs, and uh, in the process, and progress forward together. Well, the point here is to not engage in futile debates, but to build upon each other's ideas by using the clause yes and. You may or may not use it literally, but it is expected of you to use it figuratively, at least. Policy point number 6 says that speak up if you read something in the group that isn't right. Any kind of harassment is not tolerated, and you are empowered to politely engage when you or anyone else, I repeat, when you or anyone else in the group is disrespected in any way. If someone is making you feel uncomfortable, it is highly likely that they are not aware of what they are doing. In such a case, we encourage you to politely bring their behavior to their attention so they can stand corrected and are vigilant about their behavior in future. Policy point number 7, and this is the last policy point, says that we have zero tolerance policy for harassment of any kind, including but not limited to stalking or following, deliberate intimidation, sustained disruption or targeting of someone's messages in the WhatsApp groups, offensive language, language that reinforces social structures of domination, sexual imagery and language, cyberbullying and cyber threats. In relation to, but not limited to. So, all of these points in relation to, but not limited to neurodiversity. There's a hyperlink included here with neurodiversity. You all are advised to go through that in case you do not understand what neurodiversity means. Social demographic, race, color, gender identity, nation, region, state, province, county, city, town, village of birth, residence, origin, or education. So you can make all the different kinds of combinations, and all of that is included in the policy. Gender expression, sexual orientation, age, bodily appearance, disabilities, any other category of appearance apart from bodily appearance, and religion. We'll now talk about the incident response plan, what the policy talks about in case as to what we'll be doing in case any incident of the policy violation is reported to us. First, the participants asked to stop any harassing behavior are expected to comply immediately. Our zero tolerance policy means that we will look into and review every allegation of violation of our code of conduct for communication in the official WhatsApp group's policy and respond appropriately. I repeat, we will look into and review every allegation of violation of any of the policy points and respond appropriately. To report any behavior that makes you or others feel uncomfortable, please email us at info@jrscholarship.org. We will deal with the situation swiftly with possible escalation to the first year coordinator and the internal complaints committee at NIT Trichy. There is a hyperlink inserted with the ICC at NIT Trichy, the Internal Complaints Committee, all of you are advised to go through this link when the policy document is shared with you. The JSPS Organizing Committee reserves the right to remove any person from the official JSPF WhatsApp groups at any time at its sole discretion. If a group member engages in harassing, uncomfortable behavior, or fails to comply with any of the policy points mentioned herein, the GSPF organizers may take any action they deem appropriate, which includes warning or removing the group member from the WhatsApp group. This incident response point is especially for the GSPF finalists in each group. GSPF finalists who engage in any of the activities listed in policy point 7, which talked about our zero tolerance policy for a plethora of um, areas, will immediately be removed from the WhatsApp groups and their membership in the JSPF community will be revoked. The full policy document, as I said, will be made available to you. This is the link. Don't worry about it. This will be made available to you soon. And all of you, the finalists and the applicants, each of you are advised to go through the policy document thoroughly and comply with the policy points. Ignorance of any of the policy points later on shall not be an argument that would be accepted. Also, if there is any incident that is not explicitly listed in the policy document, the course of action in such cases will be determined by the GSPF organizers. So that was those were the different policy points that I wanted to share with you. This is GSPF's official uh, code of conduct policy for communication in the WhatsApp groups. Um, yeah, having said that, all the best. And we wish you a very, very fruitful and enriching GSPF journey. Um, Good evening and goodbye.